Folktales aren't always about true love and fairy godmothers.
Come to bed, juicy boy.
Welcome to Ms. Mojo, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 terrifying female creatures from folklore. For this list, we'll be looking at the scariest women from folktales or legends, but won't be including creatures based on historical people, like the ghost of Anne Boleyn. We also won't be including any mythical creatures today, as they will be getting their own list.
A rare privilege, master.
Number 10. Yuki Onna, Japanese folklore. This name is given to a mysterious and enticing snow woman who haunts snow-laden areas in the dead of winter. The spirit of a woman who froze to death, she's easily recognizable, with pale skin, icy blue lips, and long raven black hair combining to create her frigid beauty. But the very whiteness of her skin makes her hard to spot in a snowstorm, a fact she uses to her advantage. Like many other Japanese spirits, she leaves no footprints, and she can also suddenly transform into mist or snow. This makes it easy for her to come upon unwary travelers and dispatch them with her fatal freezing breath. Number 9. Sukuyan, Caribbean folklore. By day, these innocent little old ladies look like they couldn't hurt a fly, but by night, watch out. When night falls, they toss aside their wrinkled skin and become horrifying blood-sucking hags. Traveling across the night sky in a ball of flame, the Sukuyan seeks out her victims.
Something called a sukunya. It's an old lady that changes her skin at night, and she will turn into a ball of fire.
They take advantage of even the tiniest crack to enter a home. Once inside, they feast on a sleeping victim, and said victim will awaken with bruises. If they're lucky, that is. The not-so-lucky ones either become a Sukuyan or die, at which point the Sukuyan takes their skin to live in during the day.
What happened to this man?
Whatever it is,
I killed him.
After driving him mad.
Number 8. Jenny Greenteeth, English folklore.
Who needs this tender morsel?
This monster gets her name from her green skin and razor-sharp teeth. She lives in bogs, ponds, or rivers, covered in slime and algae with her long hair swirling around her. If anyone gets too close, she pulls them into the water and holds them down until they drown. Her favorite victims are young children or the very elderly, and in some legends, she doesn't just drown her victims, she eats them.
What a fine meal you'll make. Be the rest of you as sweet as your duck.
She's associated with duckweed, which can gather into a thick mat on the surface of a pond so that it looks like solid ground, leading children to try to walk on it and sink down into the water.
Judy? Oh God! Judy!
Number 7. Ohaguro Batari, Japanese folklore. This creature, often dressed like a beautiful bride, calls out to young men, but modestly hides her face. Intrigued, the men approach her, anticipating a treat for their eyes. But when they get close, she turns around to reveal that her face is a featureless white mask with a gaping blackened mouth. Sometimes these creatures will even appear outside a man's house, pretending to be his wife. Ohaguro Batari is part of a class of monsters that appear as beautiful women from a distance. There are many other types, including the Rokuro Kubi, whose necks stretch out to entangle their victims, and the Jorogumo, who is actually a bloodthirsty spider. Number 6. Mare, Germanic folklore. Many folktales speak of creatures that attack sleeping victims, and the mare falls into this category. These evil spirits like to climb aboard a person's chest as they sleep, riding them like a horse. The victim stays asleep, but this exertion enables the mare to steal their breath and energy. The victim awakens the next day feeling exhausted and drained. This creature thus gave rise to the word nightmare. Mares don't only ride humans though. They also exhaust animals such as horses and even like to climb aboard a tree, leaving it stunted and tangled. Mares also tangle themselves in the hair of humans or animals, leaving them with a bad case of bedhead.
Huh? Princess Anna?
Yeah?
Oh, sorry to wake you, ma'am.
No, you didn't. I've been up for hours.
Number 5. Kuchisake Onna, Japanese legend. Her name means slit-mouthed woman, and with good reason. She is the ghost of a woman whose mouth was slit from ear to ear by her jealous husband. According to urban legend, this restless spirit wears a surgical mask to hide her mutilated face, approaching strangers and asking if they think she's pretty. If they say no, she kills them with a pair of scissors. If they say yes, she removes the mask, revealing her mutilated mouth. What about now, she asks. If the victim says no, she cuts them in half. If they say yes, she slits their mouth open to look like hers. A lose-lose situation if there ever was one. Number 4. Black Annis, English folklore. This crone has a blue face, iron claws, and a distinct fondness for the taste of human flesh. At night, she wanders the glens of Leicestershire, looking for victims. Her favorite food? Children, although she'll take a lamb in a pinch. Before she eats a child, she skins them alive and wears it around her face. Quite the fashion statement. Or she may use the hides to decorate her walls, which probably need a little something. See, she lives in a cave that she dug herself with her long, sharp claws, with an oak tree in front of the entrance. It's called Black Annis's Bower, and she likes to hide in the tree in order to capture unsuspecting travelers.
Wunderbar!
Number 3. Baba Yaga, Slavic folklore. Ruthless and clever, this trickster figure lives in the depths of the woods, with her house supported by chicken legs and surrounded by a fence of human bones. As a witch, she can fly around in a mortar with a pestle in hand. She is very powerful, so people sometimes ask her for help.
You don't know what I am.
I know you're a witch, and you can see the future. Tell me mine.
Those who seek her out sometimes find a maternal guide, but she also eats anyone who displeases her.
Your blood. Give me a taste.
Even if you do convince her to help, Baba Yaga isn't gentle. For example, in one folktale, she gives a young girl a skull full of fire, which completely incinerates the girl's stepmother and stepsisters. Talk about a fairy godmother. Number 2. Aswang, Filipino folklore. These flesh-eating shapeshifters are regular townspeople by day, but at night they transform into terrifying creatures or vicious animals. As a strange and frightening combination of vampires, witches, and werewolves, they feed on children, including unborn babies. In order to get at a fetus inside a mother's womb, they use a long proboscis to suck the baby out while the mother is sleeping. In some stories, they make a horrible tick-tick sound, which is louder when they're far away and softer when they're close. Confused, people try to run away from the noise, but instead they run right into the Aswang's clutches. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Number 1. Bloody Mary, English and American folklore.
If you say her name 3 times in the bathroom mirror, she appears and scratches your eyes out.
In the dark of night, in a candlelit room, look into a mirror and chant the name Bloody Mary 3 times. They say that this evil spirit appears to those who complete the ritual. When she appears, she might tell your fortune or reveal the face of your future husband. But she might also scream, curse you, claw out your eyes, drink your blood, or even strangle you and steal your soul. It's impossible to know what will happen, but either way, this blood-soaked apparition is sure to give a fright. Seriously, maybe you'd be better off with a Ouija board, or with just not asking about the future. Do you agree with our list? What's your favorite terrifying female creature from folklore? For more legendary top 10s published daily, be sure to subscribe to Ms. Mojo.